Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Couch Coaches, the podcast done with zero editing because I don't know how to do it and I refuse to learn. I'm your host, DJ. I'm here with your co host, Sam. How are we doing today, Sam?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. We took last week off, holidays and everything. How was your Thanksgiving?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just a nice time with my mom and grandma. Small family gathering. Good food. Classic Thanksgiving
Yeah.
vibe. Anyway, we didn't have the classic spread, but it was pretty good. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was solid. We don't do a classic spread. Have I ever told you what my family does for Thanksgiving?
No, you haven't.
No, so none of us are really big turkey or ham people for that matter. So, since it's just us, we don't travel for Thanksgiving anymore. We just have seafood every year. Like we had crab and lobster.
Oh, that's awesome. My family and I have done like Thai a couple times, done Indian a couple times, and this year my mom made two baked potatoes for each of us, and we had like a spread of different things to put on it, like skyline chili and cheese and sour cream and among other things. It was wonderful. It was
Oh,
super
that I
tasty.
mean that's hype all on its own. That sounds like a good dinner.
Yeah, and then yeah, that seafood sounds good. That sounds wonderful,
Oh yeah, I
honestly.
love me some seafood. I can mess up some lobster tail on any given day.
Yeah,
So
right. So
to back to football. Let's just get right into it. We were talking before we started recording. Best QB prospects that just maybe not since 2010, but maybe that's kind of a good cutoff point. Just talk about more recent prospects and the hype they had going into the draft.
okay, if you want to do recent, we can definitely do that too. I was thinking all the way around, but yeah, I'm cool doing recent since 2010.
Yeah, I think that's a good starting point because like I'm just not a geez, can't talk football historian quite like you are. I can't go back to the 70s or 80s and pull stuff out of my ass like you can.
Yeah. Um, then can I go ahead and start with some pre 2010 honorable mentions that I thought about?
Absolutely, go ahead.
So number one, I would say is the quarterback prospect that like a lot of quarterback prospects were compared to, and that is John Elway. I mean, he's the one that Luck was compared to. He's the one, he was the standard for a very long time. Um, they called him once in a generation, and they meant it because for I mean, doing quick 30 years from 1983 all the way to 2011, there was no quarterback that even got compared to him like at all. I mean, they said Peyton Manning like best since, but it was a tier below. It was like an A minus prospect versus an A plus prospect. And I think Luck is the one, and obviously he's going to come up in our post 2010 conversation. Is the other one that a lot of people were calling A plus since Elway. Another one that I think hype maybe is not the right word. Hype among draft evaluators and draft followers and whatnot, and I think people forget about it. Matthew Stafford. I mean, Mel Kiper said that he was going to be the number one pick when he was in high school, and he called it.
That is
He's like that.
crazy.
Yeah, he said he watched him play when he was a senior in high school and said that's going to be the number one pick. Or it was either that or when he was a freshman at Georgia. I can't remember which, but he was 18 years old in spring training or spring practice at Georgia, or it was when he was in high school. I can't remember exactly the story. But so, I mean, I would give Matthew Stafford that nod too. I don't know how hyped he was coming out of college, but he definitely was noted as being an extremely high tier prospect. And I actually didn't think about him at first when we started talking about this.
Yeah,
Um,
I just looking back at it, I'm just not sure. Maybe unjustified, but I just don't think Matt had the hype around him that some of the other guys we're going to mention today did. Not that he didn't deserve it, but
and I feel like he was evaluated like them. I mean, I don't know if he was like at the Luck tier, but he was evaluated extremely highly by like draft experts, and obviously he went number one. So I mean, people you viewed him that way. And then Manning is another one. I mean, and Leaf both, honestly, but Manning especially. Because by the end of the process, I think the Colts and Chargers both said they kind of felt like Manning was which I mean, obviously, they would say that in hindsight after how bad Leaf turned out. But they say like both were good, but we kind of both kind of favored Manning, and obviously that's easy to say now.
I mean, if you want to talk
Um,
about the hype train and like older prospects, not super old, but a bit Vince Young comes to mind.
that is one too that I thought about, and like in most drafts, I think he goes one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I
Yeah.
think there was just an insane amount of hype surrounding him. I mean, he had an extraordinary career at Texas. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and then some that I feel like were maybe in the B. Well, I would say like A minus tier. Like maybe I think Staff. I said Stafford's A or Peyton Manning's A minus, Stafford's A. They're probably both A. Those two, Manning and Stafford.
Y-
But I would say some like A minus prospects would be like a Vince Young in terms of just raw talent. Troy Aikman, um, Greg Cook, who played in the '70s as well. Burt Jones, Terry Bradshaw, Joe Namath. Actually, Joe Namath was another one that was considered to be probably an A tier prospect. He was like the first. He's considered to be like the first great draft prospect from the quarterback position. So Namath would be in there. Um, hmm. Marino was until his senior year, and he had a bad senior year, so he kind of fell off a cliff. And that's why he went to the Dolphins. So low. Um, I remember a lot of people evaluated Jim Kelly pretty high. I don't think he was the second quarterback off the board that year, but he was really well evaluated.
I mean, and
Um,
rightfully so. I mean, the dude went to four straight bowls. I mean, he lost them all, but still.
so so talented, and his talent is underrated. Big body, huge arm, quick release. That's another one, right? I think he went a little bit lower because I think he got hurt his last year of college. It's kind of that story again. Sam Bradford, I mean, he's 09, right? Or
Uh,
because if he factors into this, I probably should save him. But I'm trying to remember since 2010 though. Um, there's so many names back in the old days. Jeff George was considered to be a great prospect coming out of Purdue or Illinois. I know he played for both. I just don't remember what order. Um, uh, I know I'm forgetting somebody huge. That's gonna make me mad. Um, Palmer. I mean, that's another one. Uh, that's tough. But yeah, I mean that's just some big names that like throughout history, but obviously Elway's the biggest. I mean, he needs to stand above the rest of them because he was the quarterback prospect for so long. Like nobody would even whisper his name. It's like, okay, yeah, this is the best guy, other than best guy since him. He's the standard, and then now Luck has sort of kind of taken over that. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
No, it's all good. I mean, I think you make a lot of really good points. But before I forget about it, I do kind of want to pivot to that subtopic we were talking about with understanding why prospects that we didn't care for were hyped. And
Yeah,
obviously,
it's
we
kind of
talked about it. The first name that comes to mind with this concept is easily Mitchell Trubisky.
oh yeah, it always was too. That was one that confused me. Um, honestly, too, at the time, and maybe this is an interesting topic too, and I don't know if you might end up on your list, but I didn't understand why Jared Goff was viewed so much more highly than Wentz at the time.
Yeah, I never during the draft I never understood that. I liked Wentz way more, but as we've discussed over the different episodes, I definitely prefer athletes at the quarterback position rather than
Yeah,
quarterbacks, you know what I mean?
yeah. For me, Wentz is probably like barely gonna. Well, do you want to do it in terms of like what other people think, or like most hype in terms of like the consensus overall and like draft evaluation and everything, but like I kind of viewed Wentz as like almost an Andrew Luck level prospect, like close.
I mean,
Like I viewed it.
he had all the things I liked. I mean, yeah, he went to North Dakota State, but he had the big arm. He could run. He had all these athletic traits. He had good pocket presence in college. Like he had all these things that you want and think you can build around. And obviously Philadelphia proved they could. It's just he got hurt.
Yeah, and it broke him his confidence. Um, yeah, he's close to my list. I don't think he's going to be on it, but he's close. By the way, Sam Bradford was drafted in 2010. If you want to include him on your list.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he was easily a name I was considering. Sam Bradford was an elite prospect.
yeah,
He was more well received than Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. I mean, some draft evaluators I know like Stafford better. I mean, I know they're different years, but I think some evaluators like Stafford more. But Stafford's another one just so toolsy.
I mean, that's like if you go back to 2009 and we live in a world where Sam Bradford also comes out, I would argue that Sam Bradford would try to have to guide the 0 and 16 Lions out of poverty.
And that wouldn't happen. That just wouldn't. I mean, I love Sam Bradford. Actually, I think he had a good career, but that wouldn't
I
have
do
happened.
too. I think that's another guy who just his career was derailed by injuries. I think the talent was there.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, never mind. We'll wait. It's just an interesting topic for me, in my opinion. But we'll wait on that one.
But
We'll bring it up later.
back back to Mitchell Trubisky because we're not going to sit here and watch this highlight tape because we all know that Mitchell Trubisky is not a good NFL quarterback. But his senior season at North Carolina, playing in a weak football conference in the ACC, he threw for 3,700 yards, 30 tuds to 6 picks, which
Wow.
isn't
Actually, I didn't know he
bad.
played that well.
He's
No, that's
statistically
pretty good.
good, but if you look at yards per attempt, that was down at 8.4, so he was not throwing it deep a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what the average yard per attempt is in college, so maybe that was an above average rate, but I feel like you want that to be closer to 9, and maybe I'm just like setting the bar too high right there. I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe a little bit, but I don't know. That's a stat that I don't honestly pay attention to enough, to be honest. Yards per attempt, but yeah,
Like
I mean this one
here, let
for
me
like
see
the
if I can
physical.
find his depth of target because that'll be really telling.
That's one though. Real quick, I'll just do while you're looking that up. I just didn't think the physical traits were there enough to justify him going over the people that went behind him. You know what I mean? Like I think all three of those prospects, Watson and Mahomes as well, were risky prospects. Like Trubisky, Watson, and Mahomes were all risky. But the tools that Mahomes had and Watson had were kind of a tier above.
So here's where we're at. Mitchell Trubisky's average depth of target in college. There's a range. There's varying sources, but the range is 9.2 to 9.9 yards average target depth.
Okay.
Now, just so that I'm not talking out my rear, let me look at Trevor Lawrence. A prospect we both liked.
Yep.
Pull that up here. Um, we gotta get college because his NFL depth of target is actually worse than Mitchell Trubisky's.
That actually doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you. I
So
hate to be mean, but
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been talking about my rear last 5 minutes because according to Google, his T Law's A dot was 9 yards during his senior year at Clemson.
yeah, that's another thing too. Like prospects that have less time in college, because all three of those guys in that class all left early. I think Trubisky, Watson,
Mahomes.
and Mahomes. I think they all left after their junior year. There's something to be said about getting those snaps. I mean, I think like Luck coming in so seamlessly was because of how many snaps he had. He started 3 years. Like Newton even coming in so seamless. I mean, I know he played a certain way, but he came in pretty seamlessly and dominated right away. And he had 2 full years starting. I know one of them was at Blinn College, but still, those are reps. Those are valuable reps.
No, absolutely, I agree. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky was asked to be an NFL level quarterback after starting just 1 year at a historically weak football school.
Yeah, that was a weird one because he's one that I didn't get. Um, Goff. I mean, compared to Wentz, Goff's one I didn't get. I thought Goff was a pretty solid prospect. I just who else? I'm just thinking of since I've been watching.
And granted, I
I
don't think anyone liked him. Kenny Pickett just going in the first round in general baffled me.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Yeah, you're not gonna get any argument there.
because the dude literally like finessed his way into the first round over the fake scramble, I swear, or the fake
You
slide.
know?
Sorry, fake slide.
Just him getting hyped up like that.
Yeah, dude made
Internet
one
glitch.
play at Pitt. Let's be honest. Yeah, good players that come out of Pitt. Don't get me wrong, but Pitt. And you're gonna tell me that's the top quarterback in the class? I was, don't get me wrong, I totally agree that was a terrible QB class, but I was a Malik Willis QB1 truther.
Me too. The ceiling was really high.
And I think in his limited time, especially the games he started for Green Bay a year ago, he proved that he was at least the second best QB in this class thus far.
Who would you say is one if you said the least?
I mean, you gotta give the nod to Purdy. I mean, he's been to the Super
Oh
Bowl.
yeah, Purdy is in that class. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah, it's not a contest for who's the best QB out of the class. It's a fun story because he was Mr. Irrelevant. But if I had to put money on who was going to be the best on draft night, I would have put money on Malik Willis.
Yeah, this year he has three completions on 3 attempts and a touchdown. That's so funny.
I
His
think
touchdown percentage is 33. That's so crazy.
I think being able to back up Jordan Love and just being that Matt LaFleur scheme, I think someone's going to take a chance on him at some point to be their starter.
Depending on what happens with Stafford, maybe the Rams would, because it's a similar offense.
Yeah, I think Malik Willis could thrive, and I think Sean McVay, not that Matt Stafford isn't great in his own right, would have a field day with Malik Willis. He's never had an athlete like that at the quarterback position.
Yeah, he's had an arm talent like that, obviously, but not the athlete, like the running stuff. I wanted to see him have. I mean, I was excited to see Mike Shanahan with a quarterback like Lance. Like, oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, and they just never really got to fully realize that experiment.
I went and watched the highlights of the Bears game he started when he was healthy, like that year where they were gonna just start him all year, and then obviously he got hurt, and that's when Debo went off. It was that season. I think they went to Super Bowl when they brought Garoppolo back, right? No, I'm remembering this wrong.
No,
But
they didn't. I think that was that the year that Garoppolo got hurt and they had to put in Josh Johnson.
no, you know what? I think that was the year. Okay, so they had Lance, and it was his second year, and then they brought Garoppolo back, and
Oh,
then
and then
Purdy
Purdy
took
took
over.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. This was my first year playing fantasy and stuff. It was 2022.
Yeah,
But I
that
remember
is that
drafting
year.
him. Lance was my quarterback, and he got hurt super early in the season. I was like, oh crap, because I like the rushing upside. I mean, I didn't know anything about fantasy, but people were telling me the rushing upside's a big deal.
Oh, at the quarterback
So I
position,
was,
absolutely it is.
yeah, it's like, well, it's everything. I know that now, but like back then, I was like, okay, cool. He'll run the ball, and it's an interesting offense, and you know, but yeah, but and I'm sort of okay. I'm gonna say this about my. Oh, but why? Yeah, that's the one quarterback prospect. I'm trying to remember who went number one in that class. Was he in Lawrence's class?
Yeah, that was the T Law class. It went T Law, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. And it's
I think
hilarious
Zach
because
Jones.
any other draft year I would have been screaming that Trey Lance is QB1.
Yeah, and he had no picks. He had no turnovers in college. I don't know if he fumbled. I need to look into if he fumbled or not. But
But
he had no interceptions.
huge,
The only year he started.
huge arm, freak athlete. He had all the traits. I mean, we talked about Trey Lance before. And you know what? He's looked solid in limited action with Harbaugh. So maybe his story might not be over yet.
I mean, he's so young and he has so few reps. I mean, he's like my age. That's funny. He's like a little bit older than me. I'm looking at his. I'm trying to find his college stats real quick.
Yeah, no, that's a reality check. Realizing that the guys entering the NFL are younger than us now,
Hit.
except
Hey,
for R.J. Harvey is the same age as me.
do they not have FCS stats on there? That's weird. It's just tripping. That's bizarre. No, I was trying to find his college stats and I couldn't. Let's see. I'm
But
trying to remember if he fumbled.
just And sorry, thinking of the 49ers again, I just want to go back to Mr. Trubisky. Everything surrounding him getting selected, like the Bears trading up, I thought the 49ers finessed the ever living hell out of Chicago. And I was kind of right, except Solomon Thomas ended up being a bust too, and I thought he was an elite. I thought he was going to be a stud.
Yeah, I kind of did too, honestly.
I was all
I kind
over Solomon Thomas, man.
of Shanahan wanted to pick CMC and just didn't.
I
He was
remember
like, I can't.
fun little story. Uh, when I still collected football cards, I remember pulling a Solomon Thomas rookie, and it might have even been a signature one. I don't remember, but I was like, oh, I better sleeve this real quick. This is gonna be worth some money someday, and not just like,
Solomon Thomas, man.
dude, I bought the hype on him. Yeah, geez, there were plenty of guys who, it's funny when I evaluate defensive guys, I end up being right, just not as quickly as I should have been. Like Leonard Williams, I eventually was right about.
Is he playing well now?
He's he's
Or
he played well like in the mid in the mid part of his career.
is he retired now? Or
He's probably somewhere. Let me look it up because Leonard Williams
I'm
ended
looking.
up having a solid career once he got to the Giants.
Seattle's where he's at now.
He's
Yeah,
still
his
in
Jet career
Seattle.
was pretty tough. Yep.
Yeah, by the time he became a Giant, he was pretty solid.
He went to a Pro Bowl for the Jets.
Really,
Yeah, second year, 2016.
really on a
God, he's
seven
been in the
sack
league so
season,
long. Yeah, 20. Yep, he's been in the league so damn long, dude.
and he's
What
only
the hell?
31.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he's
you
been.
look at that little stretch, 2020 and 2021, where he had 11 and a half, 6.5 sacks. Like he played well for those Giants. I think the Giants went to the playoffs in 2020, didn't they? And they even beat the Vikings in a playoff game.
I don't remember.
I think that's the year they did it because I pretty that playoff win earned Daniel Jones that ridiculous extension that he didn't deserve.
No, it was 2022. That's what year
Oh,
that was.
okay, okay.
Because it was the year after the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. Because it was the year after I played. I started playing. It was the year I started playing fantasy. Is when they did that. 11 and a half sacks is freaking insane. He had 11 last year.
So yeah, I mean Leonard Williams. I mean, he's not going to be a Hall
How
of
did he
Famer
like?
by any means, but damn, he figured it out eventually. I thought Leonard Williams was the best defensive player in that class when he came out.
How did he not go to the Pro Bowl in 2020?
You know how those votes work. Let me look back at the 2015 draft and see how dumb I was for thinking Leonard Williams was the best defensive player in the class.
Well, I always liked him more than Dante Fowler. I'm looking at that. I always liked him more than Vic Beasley.
Yeah, so Jamison Mark Dante Fowler was the first defensive player off the board. Yeah, I definitely liked Leonard Williams better. Never got the hype around Vic Beasley. He obviously had that fantastic season, but I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
Never, I mean, obviously Trey Waynes was a bust. I never understood why he was drafted so highly. Do you remember any hype
Yeah,
about around Trey Waynes?
I do. Yeah, I didn't. I never understood it either. I watched his highlights. Well, it was a while ago now, maybe a year, but I was like, yeah, I don't understand. Because this is kind of the first draft I paid attention to, like heavily.
Yeah, I remember this is
So
the one of the first
it's
ones I started evaluating players. I had Marcus Mariota as QB1, funny enough.
yeah, honestly, if I well, his Jameis's last year at Florida State was rough. Like genuinely, that was pretty bad. He had a lot of interceptions and stuff. Let me see if I can find it. They have a lot of stuff for him on here. That's kind of cool. That's my man, Jameis. But yeah, and now in hindsight, like Jameis is damn near my favorite quarterback ever. I love that dude. So
He just passes the vibe check.
yeah, and he didn't always, because that's the thing too. Like I remember, like I can take it back to like when he was getting in trouble all the time and stuff. You know what I mean? And like now he's just very different than that. He went to a Pro Bowl his rookie year. That's insane.
Oh, geez, I'm feeling old now looking at this. Tyler Lockett was drafted in 2015.
That makes me feel like ancient. When was Stafford drafted? Like 09?
Yeah, oh
08?
nine.
Oh, so he misses the cutoff of our prospect list like barely.
Yep.
But yeah, that we should probably get to the list of those guys.
Yeah, I don't think I can even have a particular order. Just
I'm gonna try to
obviously,
order it.
number one, I think I'm gonna go against what I was initially thinking. I think number one is Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. That's the one. That is the guy. Um,
I mean, you looked at him coming out of college and you said this guy's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like that, there was no other path for Andrew Luck to take other than him getting hurt all the freaking time because the Colts are an abysmal organization.
yeah, just him getting ruined like that. I mean, what? I mean, so his arm. A lot of people said his arm was like like B plus, A minus tier. I would probably push back on that. I think his arm was great. I don't think his arm is like Mahomes far LA level, but it's like right below it. You know what I mean? Like he has a phenomenal arm. He's got a cannon.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know how you
he's
could
well.
say that Andrew Luck only has like a B plus arm. I don't know who was saying that, but you watch the guy play, and I
Johnny
don't
Unitas.
understand how you could come to that conclusion.
Yeah, I would give it an A. I don't know. A plus is like those generational guys, like I said, Favre, Mahomes, Elway, Marino, maybe Rogers. You know those type of guys.
I mean, but
Um,
but coming out of college, did we know that Aaron Rodgers was like a generational thrower of the football just based on his collegiate career?
no, not really.
Yeah,
No.
because I mean that's why he slid all the way to 24.
Yeah, his mechanics were really broken. If he tried to keep playing with those, it would have been bad. But bad. But yeah. So Luck's my number one. I mean, he was perfect, essentially.
I mean, number two easily for me, T Law.
Yep, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. Same thing. I mean, I don't know if he's perfect. I think he was honestly. I think well, when you compare him to Luck, he was a little rough around the edges, but not really to anybody else. I think quick release, kind of long release, but quick, big arm, athletic. Ran that offense for 3 years straight. Essentially, I mean, he came in a little bit late in that year, in that freshman year. But
Yeah, and then I think my number three is gonna
generally,
shock you a little bit. I'm gonna double dip back into the 2012 class, and I'm gonna say RG3.
I'm gonna say Cam Newton.
It's completely valid. I won't argue with you.
Yeah,
I was definitely more enamored by RG3 as a prospect than I ever was with Cam Newton.
Cam, mm, he's very very talented.
Which is kind of funny because when you build a quarterback in Madden, you build Cam Newton. You build a guy who's
Yeah,
big, strong, fast with a cannon arm.
I remember like for like 3 4 years straight, it was when you picked when you did the franchise thing in Madden, it was 1 and 2 would be Luck and Cam, and then the computer would it'd like basically be random, like the computer would pick one or the other. Um, but no, RG3 is a valid pick, and I kind of was leaving him off my list in my brain. I probably shouldn't because now it's making me reevaluate things.
Because yeah, he wasn't the number one quarterback in his class, but in almost any other year, he is.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say Cam 3.
I
Where
think
are we going with
Cam.
4? We all have our list, and then
It's
we'll
so
go from
hard to
there.
rate Cam any lower than that. I think I have to put him there, even though I didn't like him that much as a prospect. I gotta put that bias aside and understand that he was a generational prospect with all the tools he had.
Yeah, and I think certain evaluators didn't. I mean, I don't know if it was this consensus as it was, but I mean, yeah, yeah. And Luck and him have very similar physical skill sets. I mean, he's a little bit more physically athletic. He's bigger than Luck and so on, but I think you know, but the offense Luck ran helped him a lot, and that because it was hard to be honest with you. But 4, I'm gonna say Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that's a guy
Um,
I'm gonna end up leaving off my list out of bias. I understand that he is hyped as a generational prospect, but I don't know, man. I just never liked him.
I get it. I get it. I don't think you're too far off base.
and maybe I'm wrong for this, but I'll go out here and say that if RG3 and Caleb were in the same draft class, I'm still taking RG3.
mm, only time will tell. I'd probably pick Caleb, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's hard not to pick Caleb because he's still got his whole career ahead of him, and we know what happened to RG3. But I mean, that's the
Well, I
thing.
think
What
what
if
he
RG3 could stay healthy? Because that rookie year was phenomenal.
could he evolve past needing a training wheels offense?
I mean, I don't know, man.
And I'll tell you this.
When you're that athletic, you don't really need it.
He needed a training wheels offense. I mean, there's 5 offensive geniuses on that staff that all said he needed a training wheels offense. You know what I mean? Like that's just I trust Mike Shanahan. I trust Kyle Shanahan. I trust Sean McVay. I trust all those guys. I mean, there's more of them. LaFleur.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
trust
you can trust all of those guys, but look at the guy who's leading the helm. Are we really going to say that we trust Jay Gruden to lead a team?
No. His rookie year, Mike Shanahan was the head coach.
It was Mike?
Yes, and then he got him fired. Because here's my thing. I'm going to say this, and a lot of people might disagree with me on this. I would take the head on Caleb Williams' shoulder over RG3's any day of the week. I like Caleb Williams' mental. If I interview Caleb Williams as a draft guy, as an NFL GM, I bet you he's gonna come out of the interview looking way better than RG3. Honestly, like mental all the way down to physical. I'm taking Caleb Williams over RG3. There's not a thing. I mean, other than the speed aspect, but there's not a single thing about RG3 that I prefer to Caleb. To be completely honest with you.
No,
I'm all
and just you look at it again. I'm being honest. I'm just biased. I never liked him in college. I thought he was a diva, and that turned me off of him completely.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's a bit of a flake, and he's kind of weird in certain respects. Like, I don't think he's that weird, but I think that's blown out of proportion a little bit. But I think I wouldn't want. I don't think RG3 ever head up, shoulders up was a franchise quarterback ever. I don't think that existed in him.
And maybe at the end of the day, you're right, because like I can sit here and admit that Caleb Williams is a better prospect, but I'm still gonna leave him off my list because my number 5 is
No,
Sam Bradford.
see, I'm struggling now between RG3. And I know I just hate on him a lot, but RG3 and Sam, and then I feel like I'm forgetting somebody that we talked about earlier. Oh man, who am I forgetting?
Hmm.
Huh.
I mean, because you look at the quarterback classes, like Jameis doesn't make that cut. I mean,
He might though. It was a consensus though, but Mariota was a really good prospect too, and I kind of was underestimating the two of them both.
yeah, but are
Um,
either of those guys better prospects than Sam Bradford?
I mean, one thing I'm going to give Jameis and I can't give Mariota this. Jameis ran an NFL offense, and I think Sam Bradford ran the air raid. And I think him transitioning as quickly as he did is absolutely insane. That tells you how smart he is. But because his rookie year was phenomenal. Let me go look at the numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and put Sam 5. I'll do that.
Because I think we can both agree that if Sam Bradford stays healthy throughout his career, he's an elite quarterback. I mean, I think he would have won a ring if he got to stay healthy and fully develop.
Yeah, when he was in Minnesota starting, well, they didn't have a good record, but his numbers were phenomenal. 71% completion. Like he was him. I'm a big fan of his. I miss him. I liked watching him play.
Oh, I
Um,
I definitely am a Sam Bradford enjoyer. That's for sure.
and then okay, so here's a question, and it's back to the Carson Wentz conversation. If you were picking, and you know how both their careers panned out, but just based on North Dakota State Carson Wentz and Oklahoma Sam Bradford, who would you pick number one?
It's Sam Bradford. It's not even a contest to me.
Mm, I need to go watch some Sam Bradford college film. To be honest with you,
Sam Bradford was him at Oklahoma, man.
no, he was 40 touchdowns. I know. And I'm also taking into account that he got ass whipped by Florida. I've seen that game the most. Like I've seen those highlights a lot, and I just see him getting picked off like twice or three times or whatever it was in that game. And so like that's the image I have of him, and that's like my fault. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I gotta be, you know. But he was so talented. My dad loved him too. But yeah, I would say the Cam over Caleb convo is something I probably wouldn't have indulged in a year ago. But I would put Cam ahead of him now. Just because I mean I just can think about I just am thinking about it from like a oh my god I know who I forgot Burrow. Burrow's five. Burrow's got to be five for me. Like yeah, he's five. I Burrow's college career and intangibles are about the same. I mean, are better probably than yeah. I'm gonna have to put Burrow five on my list, and that'll drop Sam down to an honorable mention.
You know, because we totally did leave Joe Burrow out of this conversation, and just thinking about it a little harder, I probably am overrating RG3. I'm probably just holding on to my childhood hype of him. So I think I'm gonna pull the same move, but I'm kicking out RG3. I think I was heavily overrating him due to nostalgia.
So you're sliding Sam up to four, and then
Yeah,
you're sliding Burrow at five.
yeah. As a prospect, don't get me wrong, Joe Burrow had the greatest college football season of all time, but it was one season. Sam had a whole resume, and that's why I have Sam at four.
No, I get it. I get it. I just the way I saw the. I mean, again, I was so young when Bradford came out. I was 10, and I wasn't really watching football that much yet. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh card. I was thinking about what Yu-Gi-Oh cards I wanted. Um,
Hype, Yu-Gi-Oh's hype.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, quick sidebar on Yu-Gi-Oh. Who's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monster Yu-Gi-Oh card?
It was something. Oh, I always loved Elemental Hero Neos.
Dude,
I
Elemental.
was a,
Oh, you're an Elemental Hero guy.
well, I'm a Jaden guy. Jaden's my favorite character in anything.
Thank
Or not
you. That's the best
he's the best combo.
generation of Yu-Gi-Oh, and everyone's always saying it's 5Ds. Nah, GX was my shit.
Oh, okay. So I like the original series the best.
I
Like
like
Jaden was my.
GX the best, honestly.
I love GX though, and there's so many duels. Like, oh, we're going way off topic here. We should save this for the after show. But we got to get back on the quarterbacks. But yeah. Watch us get like our first comment ever, and it's like, I want more Yu-Gi-Oh talk.
Oh Lord, if someone actually comments that, I can let you know right now. Neither of us can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh once a week for an hour.
No, there's no way. It's just us talking about how much we love Jaden. But
Yeah, it's just the
no, yeah.
Jaden podcast. That's the show, guys. I'm sorry, we're pivoting. We're still gonna call it Couch Coaches, but it's all about Elemental Hero Neos now.
We're just God, 50 touchdowns in 2008. That's a crazy. No, I'm looking at Bradford's numbers.
And now you understand why I have Bradford above Burrow.
Yeah, his Heisman season was pretty great. I'm still gonna say Burrow though. I'm still gonna give it to the JB man.
Oh, I don't know, man. Sam Darnold was generational, man, or not Darnold. Jeez, I'm Sam Bradford was generational. I am a known Sam Darnold hater. I can't believe I made that. That was a slip right there.
So okay, I'm gonna say honorable mentions. I actually am gonna put Sam Darnold in that combo for me above RG3,
No.
even though I hate him. Wentz, Bradford obviously. Well, yeah, Bradford's the next one out, so Bradford obviously is like number one honorable mention. He'd be like six. Um, I liked Jaden Daniels a lot as a prospect. I liked Goff as a prospect. I liked Josh Allen as a prospect. Watson, Mahomes.
Yeah, Watson is an honorable mention for me as well. I won't give the nod to Goff. I never liked Goff. Funny enough.
I liked Wentz a lot. Though I like Wentz way more.
I think I've told you
Like that
this.
rookie year.
When I was in college, I used Jared Goff as an example of why quarterbacks getting paid so much is detrimental to team building.
No, you're not wrong. The way the Rams looked back then for this couple of years, yeah, that was pretty rough. So they traded him.
Yeah, now
Like
Detroit's on the hook paying him 50 mil a year.
that's panned out pretty well for you guys.
I mean, this is the first year of his new extension kicking in, and we're 7-5, on the verge of missing the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
I don't know, man. They were this is not great terminology to use, but I have nothing else in my brain right now. They freaking edged me, man, when they said Frank Ragnow was coming out of retirement and then he failed his freaking physical.
Oh, he failed his physical.
Yeah, he had a grade 3 hamstring strain.
Wow. Is he gonna try to play next year, or what's up with that?
Don't know. I hope so. I mean, if he was interested in coming back in the middle of the season, I don't see why he wouldn't be interested for next year.
And yeah,
His body will be fully right, and he'll have an off season to get reacclimated to game speed instead of trying to rush it.
I'm glad you changed your name back. You made me happy.
Yeah,
I got the
I
name.
had to because I got. I mean, I immediately saw the news, and I'm like, oh, we're bringing it back.
Had to.
And then I
I
found
can't
a.
believe it. What was your name? But I don't even remember what your name was a week ago. We're talking about fantasy. I'm sorry, but what was your name in the meantime?
It was another O lineman name. It was She Touched My Pinay So Well.
I forgot about I forgot. I forgot about that. No, that was a good one too. But I like the old one better though because it's just so classic. Like, was it that when you went undefeated, won the championship?
No, crap. What was my name? Oh yeah, I didn't even have a football pun. I think my team name was Mr. Wiener.
Because my first year it was on the rag now. That's what it was. But sorry for the crude jokes, ladies and gentlemen. But
The year before when I won with our friends, it was on the rag now.
you didn't go undefeated in our league.
No, I went undefeated in my dad's league, which was way harder.
Yeah, you told me. Okay, yeah, I remember now. I got you.
Like
So okay,
this league is cheeks compared to that league. I was playing with a bunch of 40-year-olds who've been doing it for 20 years.
yeah, we're doing on paper and crap.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane. Can you imagine? Oh man.
Best one of the my best fantasy moment, man. I went undefeated and I beat my dad in the for the chip.
Didn't you say that your dad's first fantasy draft pick was picking Steve Young first overall, and he got like flamed for it?
Oh yeah, he got flamed super hard because he took a quarterback in round 1.
That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. The geezer's like, "Oh my god, you took Steve Young."
Yeah,
Oh
my
man.
dad is the goat at finding late round gems, dude. I forget what year he told me it was, but there was one year that some guy was being a dick and took 3 tight ends before he took one, like explicitly to be rude. And with his very last pick, my dad took freaking Shannon Sharp
Oh my god.
because
That's crazy.
my dad's sitting there looking at his draft board and he's like, "Has anyone taken Shannon Sharp yet?" And everyone's like, "No."
Yeah, that's so
He's like,
clutch.
"It's like screw it, I'm taking Shannon Sharp."
How many championships has your dad won? Do you know?
Oh, dude, I'd have to ask him, but at least 5.
Bro's got the Kobe, Tim Duncan numbers.
My
That's insane.
my dad is the goat of fantasy. Like I have a better peak with the undefeated season, but my dad's better overall than I ever was.
Yeah, it's like how the '07 Patriots like. Yeah, yeah. I know they didn't win the championship. I'm just saying, like, your peak, like that peak of that season, like where they were, is better than any other Patriots team, but they didn't win the chip. Like, but I'm saying you did win that chip. I'm just using the analogy for your whole career versus, like, yeah, I'm just a bad analogy.
No, and I honestly like don't get me wrong, I still won. I still took the advice. But I like my team was injured in the playoffs down that stretch and I like asked my dad for waiver advice.
Yeah, that's so clutch.
And that's the only reason I even got to the chip were those waiver claims. Because who was it? It was Damian Williams, and Mike Williams.
Oh, those are too good. That's clutch.
Yeah, those were
In
my 2 waiver
2021.
claims. And Saquon's rookie year was 2018, correct?
Oh, it was Saquon. It was the Saquon year. That's when you went undefeated.
Yep, I had the 7th overall pick, 1 pick in front of my dad. We both love Saquon, so guess who I took at 7?
Yeah, yeah, you had to. No, I was thinking okay, so you went undefeated in 2018, and you won the chip in our league in 2021.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I had backwards. Because I know both times you had rookies, like you had Chase in our league, right?
Yeah, Chase was my stud, and I took him in the 10th round of that draft.
Wow, he fell all the way to the 10th.
Fell to the 10th round. I think me getting Chase kind of started the rest of the guys looking at rookies with higher picks.
Because they do that like obsessively now.
Because, I mean, just to keep talking about fantasy because it's fun, that year was, I was so pissed that year, man. So, it was a 10-person league. I got the ninth pick, which I still stand by as the worst pick to have in fantasy because you don't even get the back to back of having 10, 11.
Yep,
So
I don't
I
think you're wrong with that.
so I'm picking ninth, and this was a half PPR league. I think this is before people really considered wide receivers to be foundational pieces of a fantasy team. It was like the year before that truly became a thing because the first 8 picks were all running backs.
Oh my god.
So I'm sitting there at 9, like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do? So I look at the board and I'm like, well, I guess I'm taking Devontae fucking Adams.
Oh my. And what year was this?
It was 2021.
Oh my. And that's MVP Rogers.
Yeah, so I took Devontae Adams, and then on the turn, I said, well, I'll get my running back, and I took 2021 Nick Chubb.
Wow.
I actually,
And
like,
then you got.
my team was actually nasty, and it was led by receivers. I had 5 of the top 20 receivers on my roster.
Oh my. And you had freaking rookie Chase in there too.
I had Devontae,
Oh
I had
wow.
rookie Jamar Chase, I had Deontay Johnson, who was a top 20 fantasy receiver that year. I had Terry McLaurin, who was a top 20 fantasy receiver that year.
That is so
My
broken.
running
Who was your
back room,
quarterback?
um, Tom Brady.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And he had a really good statistical season, I think. Let me go look it up.
It was insane because the guy who took quarterback the same round I did before me, he was like, "Sorry, DJ, I'm taking your boy. I'm taking Matt Stafford." I'm like, I don't care. Stafford really wasn't even on my
40,
radar.
43 touchdowns. I mean, that's what Brady had.
Yeah, Brady was QB1 in our formatting that year. I took QB1, and I was like the last person to take their QB.
Bro, you just there's some luck there, but your intuition was just always right for that year. It just all came together.
Yeah, some years you're on, some years you're off. Like I've had a very down year. My predictions were very rough this year because I mean
Mine
I
was like,
because I banked on Jetta's being quarterback proof, which he had been his whole freaking career, but freaking JJ McCarthy ruined that.
he'll do that.
I actually had the balls to bench JJ last week, and I was right, but I put in Michael Wilson, and he only got 2 more points than JJ.
That's rough, buddy. That is rough, buddy.
Like, it's just I don't think I've
You
ever
see,
had a fantasy year this miserable.
yeah, same. I kind of had a little bit of a surge there, but now you see, I got bounced out of the playoffs as of right now.
Yeah, I need a miracle. I need Connor. I need me to win, and I need Connor to win for me to sneak in.
I need uh, I need to beat Ben, and I need Coop to lose, and then I think I think we have the same record, and then he has more points.
Go ahead and
Or
start. Go ahead and start JMO tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Amon Ra's out.
I did. He's in my lineup right now. And then he was in my flex, but then I moved Olave to my flex because he's just questionable. So I was like, might as well.
You never put a Thursday night player in your flex if you can help it. It gives you more versatility on Sunday.
Is he third? Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. I didn't realize that Detroit played today or tomorrow.
Yep,
But
Detroit needs to win that game, or they are not making the playoffs.
yeah, but I'm gonna say I don't think it's gonna be a very long time. I'm just to bookend this conversation. I think it's gonna be a very long time before we see another guy like Andrew Luck come out of college.
Yeah, I don't even know, man, because there's no guy this year I feel like who even deserves the hype. Because like what Julian Sayan's not even old enough to come out. So like, who's QB1? The Mendoza kid out of Indiana, is that his name?
Yeah, I know a lot of people like. Let me look it up. No, let's talk about right now, like this year's draft real quick. Top.
Because someone's gonna go top 5 in this class, and I'm gonna, I'll have more informed opinions come closer to draft time. But I don't see any of these guys being like great players like right now.
Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Dante Moore. I like Dante Moore the most out of that by a lot, but I like Ty Simpson too.
I need to do my research because I just don't know right now.
I don't think Dante should come out though. I think he should stay another year and get more starting reps.
Yeah, this call. Well, if he's got a first round draft grade on him, he's gonna come out and get his money.
I'm trying to find some more sites.
Because yeah, NIL money's nice, but like it's not NFL money.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to find the okay. Ty Simpson, Dante Moore, Mendoza, Garrett Nussbauer, Jaden Mavia, John Mateer, Lenore Sellers fell way down. He's who I was forgetting. Jeez,
But
Lenore Sellers awesome the other year.
I'll have more because this college season has definitely gone away from me. I've been more focused on my own life on the weekends.
Yeah, that's real. You got stuff going on now. This is different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a real adult
is kinda,
now.
Lenore Sellers is kind of going the wrong direction. I would say he should come back if he can.
I mean, if he has a good combine slash pro day, he'll jump back up the
He'll
rankings.
he'll fucking destroy that. There's no. I mean, he's kind of AR ish in terms of how talented he is, and he's honestly a lot better of a passer than AR too.
Oh, you know what? When you brought up the Rams potentially trading from Malik Willis, Anthony Richardson's actually the guy who keeps getting brought up as Matthew Stafford's potential successor.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because it wouldn't cost a lot to get him, and could you imagine a guy with his physical traits in Sean McVay's offense?
Yeah, and I think Steichen's a good coach, but I don't know. I don't because McVay kind of developed Goff from his second year, and he lost patience with him. But then again, Goff doesn't have those kind of tools.
No, I mean Sean McVay's never really had to fully realize a quarterback because he never has.
I mean, kind of Kirk, but he was the tight ends coach when Kirk was a rookie.
Because I mean, if you look, like, let's just talk about his head coaching career because like that's the where the spotlight is. Because he took over the Rams and had Goff, and he got Goff playing really good football, but like we all know that he's become a better quarterback in Detroit, which always baffles me when I think about it hard enough.
Yeah, he got the right coaching staff for him, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm still not sure that he's good enough to take us to the promised land. I'm grateful for everything he's done for Detroit. I mean, he won us our first playoff game of my life, but I just I'm not convinced we can win with Jared.
It's interesting that they traded someone that's essentially your guys' missing piece
And now
to
we're
get.
that piece away.
Yeah,
We are a Matt Stafford away from being Super Bowl contenders.
we're not. You are a Super Bowl contender.
Well,
Oh
I
my
get
god.
okay, Matt Stafford away from being the favorite.
Because you think of where like the Rams were with Goff, it's very very similar to where the Lions are. I think the Lions have more talent than those Rams did. To be well, I don't know. That's tough.
I mean, across
But
the board, I mean, if you look at when they went to the Super Bowl, Todd Gurley got injured, and that started his decline.
yeah, that's true. He was hurt during that. But in
And
the regular season, that team was insane.
and I think the Lions' current receiving room is better than anything the Rams had because who their wide receiver one was what, like a young Cooper Kupp or Robert Woods, one of those two.
It depends on the year. Yeah, kind of both won.
I would say the combo of JMO and Amon-Ra is superior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And throw in Laporta
Yeah.
because LA didn't have an elite tight end.
No, never.
I can't even tell you who their tight end was during the Super Bowl run.
Same.
My mind keeps saying Jared Cook, but he was never an LA Ram, I don't think.
I'm looking it up.
No, it couldn't have been. Jared Cook was definitely a Raider that year.
In 2018, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I clicked the wrong button. Brandon Cooks was their receiver too.
Oh,
And
no.
he had a
Okay, never mind. Rams had a better overall core with Cooper Kupp, him, and Robert Woods. Yeah, give me the Rams. Brandon Cook, LA Coon, Brandon Cooks was a menace.
Cooper Cup though that year did tear his Achilles, but Gerald Everett and Tyler Higbee kind of both. Tyler Higbee started though.
I don't know. That's tough. Would you rather have Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, let's say Gerald Everett and Todd Gurley, or would you rather have JMO, Amon Ra, Laporta, I guess Isaac Tesla is the receiver three right now, and Jameer Gibbs? Probably the Rams'
And,
weapons, if we're being honest.
and David Montgomery, I might go Detroit.
I mean, if you watch the lines this year, Monty has really not been that involved. It's been Jameer's backfield.
So he's fully kind of taken over now.
Yeah, it just I don't. In my opinion, we're not using Montgomery enough. Like last year, I think a lot of our success had to do with Montgomery starting off the game and wearing the defense down, and then Jameer coming in, and I think that's why Jameer ripped off so many big plays. Not that he's capable of that. He's always capable of that, no matter what. But I think it was at a higher percentage because of Montgomery wearing down the defense a year ago.
Same thing with that younger Kamara. Same sort of thing with Mark. Because Mark would start those games a lot too. Um, yeah, but yeah, I'm waiting. I want to see a quarterback like Luck. I don't know if we ever will again. Maybe Tavita Pritchard will develop him at Stanford. Maybe it'll be another 20 years because it was 30 between Luck and Elway. It's been, well, no, maybe it'll be another 15 years. Honestly, because that's just so rare. Like people want people to be Luck level. Like they wanted Lawrence to be Luck level. I never saw it. They wanted people to be Elway level. Never saw it. You know what I mean? It's rare.
Yeah, you see a guy like that, and it's just it really is almost once in a lifetime. Obviously, we've seen it multiple times over the course of our lives. Because I mean, if you want to talk about like once in a lifetime guys, I think we've seen three guys who are truly classified that of that just in the last decade.
Who would you say is the third?
Um, okay, I guess I need to go further than a decade because go to include Luck in this list, but I'd say people who were been considered generational are Caleb, Trevor, and Andrew.
Yeah, and I don't think that Trevor or Caleb are to Luck's level though.
I have to agree with that. I mean, neither of them have lived up to that as a pro quite yet. Not that either of them still can't.
No, but I don't think they were even coming out. But
I don't know.
it's just
I've almost never loved the consensus number one prospect. I almost always think they're not as good as some guy ranked lower than them. But Trevor Lawrence was my guy.
yeah, I know you love them. I get it. I just I don't know. That's a weird one for me.
Uh,
You know.
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's the hardest position to evaluate for a reason.
Mm-hmm. In all of sports. you know.
Oh,
But
absolutely. I mean, you know, you look at sports like baseball, hockey. I'd say hockey's probably the second hardest to evaluate because it's just a very difficult sport.
well, the guy that they consider to be the best prospect since McDavid is now going absolute ballistic. Like he had kind of a weird rookie year, but he's a teenager by the way, and he started right away. But
Yeah,
he's like 20 now.
I remember that guy because the Red Wings barely lost out on the lottery to nab him because
Yeah.
he went to
I'm gonna.
Chicago, did he not?
Yeah, that's where he plays now. I'm gonna try to watch him this year. Um, I haven't fully locked into hockey mode yet. I need to get there. Honestly, it's probably not gonna happen until football's over. But
As
it,
just a pure spectator sport, hockey is my favorite sport to just sit there and watch. Obviously, I love football more, but just watching it, hockey is just beautiful to watch.
really, that's interesting.
I don't know the hockey players like that, unfortunately. I need to get more into it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first year you joined our league, and I actually went on a pretty good gambling streak. Hockey was my main culprit for my winnings.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I didn't know. Yeah.
I think this changed since then, but back in 2021, 2022, whatever year it was, hell, it might have been 2023. I don't even remember. 2022 sounds right. Anyways, they were constantly having the total goals like line set at 5.5 or 6.5. Sorry, 6.5.
Wow.
So like it was,
That's a lot of fucking goals.
I know. So I'd constantly like after I went on a little bit of a win streak and I had like $50, I started throwing $50 on unders
That is very smart.
and just kept winning and winning. I ended up winning $500, which was a big deal for me back in college. I was able to afford a
Oh, I
PS5 because of that.
bet. Damn, that swung it. That's crazy. Well, are you cool kind of wrapping it up? I kind of feel like we bookended it. Now we're just kind of chilling
Yeah,
and
we
talking
we've
anyway.
we've hit the hour mark, so yeah. So anyone who enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back again next week to talk about more random stuff. I mean, we can never stay on topic, but I think that adds to the charm of what we do here.
Yep, exactly. A little bit of Jaden Yuki talk.
Yeah. For more Yu-Gi-Oh on your football podcast, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a good day.